Hello, BookTube. I have a little mail haul for you. It's a few packages and it ends with a box. And it starts with something tiny. This could be one mass market paperback. And if it's one mass market paperback, Steve's fluttering heart is allowed to hope that it might be a romance novel. So let's see. That would be a nice way to start a mail haul with a romance novel. Oh, and it is. Who it is. Okay. Uh, okay, this is by Millie Taden, and it is called Alpha Mates. But alpha is A period, L period, F period, A period, so it must stand for something. And we have a dock of some kind, bare trees in the background. Our character is holding an automatic pistol, and behind him is a Black Panther. And our character is not wearing a shirt. There's a Black Panther in the background. So, if he's a highly trained alpha something or other, he's looking in the wrong direction for danger. Believe you me, you do not want to turn your back on a leopard. But what have we got here? Two adventures in the Alpha series are available in one volume for the first time. Oh, look at that. Okay, so what are they? Do they have elemental mating and mating needs are the two individual books. See, even when I'm not talking about Memento Mori, I'm still talking. Let's see what we have here. The Alpha League Federal Agency. Oh, Alpha. There we go. Alpha League Federal Agency is sworn to protect humanity from paranormal threats. And agents Parrish Hamel and Francois Dubois are some of the finest shifters on the job. So they're shapeshifters, but they draw a federal pension. Brilliant scientist Melinda Castor has discovered a new strain of the Zika virus that simulates synaptic growth in embryos, causing neuron development beyond human levels. When her lab is broken into, Melinda realizes that others have been keeping tabs on her research and want it for themselves. Alpha sends in Jaguar shifter agent Parrish Hamill to help Melinda discover who is after the virus and why. But the attraction between Parrish and Melinda may be the real discovery. He's a were-jaguar. Okay. All right. And then in mating needs, Amarella Capone is the great-grandniece of the infamous Al Capone. And she won't let anyone in Las Vegas Mafia forget it. When Amarella unintentionally stumbles upon bad family business that she wants no part of, she becomes a star witness for a high-profile government case. Alpha is called in to keep Amarella safe, but Cougar Shifter agent Francois Dubois has history with his charge, and the secrets between them might do more damage than any gun pointed at his head. Okay. So he's a were-cougar. So we have a were-jaguar and a were-cougar. I admit that he fills out his khakis quite well, but a were-cougar and a were-jaguar? So we're talking, these are second stringers. They might be hot in the sheets, but we don't have a were-tiger and we don't have a were-lion. A tiger is 4 times the size and mass of a jaguar or a cougar. If you are hiking, cougars are watching you. If you're hiking anywhere in the western half of the United States, a cougar is watching you. In fact, almost anywhere in the eastern half of the United States too. They watch in secret. The way they hunt is to wait until you're not paying attention and then jump on you from about 5 feet over your head. They use surprise, wait, and knocking you to the ground as their hunting method. And I've seen them. They will approach, just testing the boundaries, just curious. Same thing with jaguars. They're more reclusive, but they are curious still, and they're big cats in their own world. And cougars, especially mountain lions in Western America, you don't want to fool around with it. If one of them is actually approaching you, you might think, well, okay, this isn't their preferred means of taking down prey, so I'm not probably in that much danger. but they're stronger than you are, and they're as big as you are, and they're faster than you are, and any a sign of weakness, you want to get rid of them, is my point. And if you see one on a trail or something like that, you want to warn it away. You want to make noise and warn it away, cause it to run. And nothing like that is true. You don't have anything like that galvanic gut response if you encounter a lion on a trail, or God forbid, a tiger, an adult male tiger. A jaguar and a cougar are big cats. A lion, or God forbid, an adult male tiger, is like something out of science frickin' fiction. They're as big as refrigerators. You don't have the galvanic response of, oh, I better make a lot of noise to get this thing to leave me alone. Instead, you have the galvanic response of, well, one of them can't be mentioned on this channel, but one of the galvanic responses that you have is, I hope that my loved ones remember me well. You don't think you're going to live. when something with a head that big turns its head to look at you, and you could hear it breathing from 50 feet away. Its claws are as long as linoleum knives, and it can jump 15 feet from a standing start, like science fiction. So these two, they're almost cuddly. I mean, what's next? Who's in the next Alpha Mates novel? Maine Coon Cat? Shifter? Anyway. let's move on. Maybe they're supposed to be cuddly. Maybe that's the whole point. Oh. It's a Penguin classic. Oh my. Oh my. Okay, wonderful. So this comes out in early October. Isn't that pretty? This is Picnic at Hanging Rock. Look at that. Look at that painting that they have there. It's by Joan Lindsay, and the painting is, for the love of Mike, I don't want, when I look immediately on the back for the painting, I don't want you to tell me what online image bank you got it from. I want you to attribute it to a painter. I want you to give it a name. If they don't do this in here, I'm going to be so ripped. Oh my God, they don't. Can you believe it? They don't. Photo Fest did this. It's right on the tip of my tongue who that. Oh well. Anyway, let's see what we have here. A mysterious and subtly erotic. The Picnic at Hanging Rock was first published 50 years ago and inspired the iconic 1975 film of the same name by Peter Weir, as well as a 6-episode TV series starring Game of Thrones' Natalie Dormer, scheduled to be released by Amazon next year. Widely considered one of the most important Australian novels of all time, it stands with Shirley Jackson's We Have Always Lived in the Castle, Daphne du Maurier's Rebecca, and Jeffrey Eugenides' Virgin Suicides as a masterpiece of intrigue. On a cloudless summer day in the year 1900, everyone at Appleyard College for Young Ladies agreed it was just right for a picnic at Hanging Rock. After lunch, 3 girls climbed into the blaze of the afternoon sun, pressing on through the scrub into the shadows of the secluded volcanic outcropping. Farther, higher, until at last they disappeared and never returned. Wow. Okay, I have actually never read this book. So a Penguin classic that I've never read, that's a treat. But of course I have an immediate question for those of you who are in Australia. Is this taught in schools? Do you know this book? Is it a big part of your literary, topography? I'd love to hear about it. But anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to this next one here. From Pegasus Books. They always do good stuff. What is this? Oh my. Oh goodness. This is Red Sky at Noon. And it's by Simon Sebag Montefiore, who did that huge book, The Romanovs, last year. He's doing a novel now. Set during an epic cavalry ride across the hot grasslands outside Stalingrad during the darkest days of World War II. This is a stunning new novel. Imprisoned in the gulags for a crime he did not commit, Benya Golden joins a penal battalion made up of Cossacks and convicts to fight the Nazis. He enrolls in the Russian cavalry, and one hot summer day in July 1942, he and his band of brothers are sent on a suicide mission behind enemy lines. But is there a traitor among them? The only thing Benya can truly trust is his horse, Silver Socks, and that he will find no mercy in the onslaught of Hitler's troops as they push east. Wow. Okay. So a major historian has written a novel. I wonder if he's done more than this. He's written other novels, and I don't know about it. Uh, Interesting. Okay, so when does this come out? Um, this comes out. Oh, it comes out in January of next year. Okay, so I don't need to think about it at the moment. Then we have this thing, pleasantly heavy. Let's see what this is. What have we got here? Oh, good. Oh, wonderful. Okay, this is a big book of rogues and villains. This is what it's going to look like. Another Black Lizard huge volume that I worried that I didn't have it, and I think I do. I think this might actually be a double, but that's all right. I haven't read it yet. I haven't even dipped my toe into it, and it's so enticing. I don't know why I haven't. And then the box, and then we'll be done for the day. What have we got here? Oh, good. Oh, wonderful. It's another Reader's Digest volume, and this one's lovely. I tell you, the person they've got doing the design for these things is doing a really good job. Look at how pretty that is. These things are worth keeping. So what do we got this time around? The Wrong Side of Goodbye, which is the new Michael Connelly novel. It's excerpted here. Is back with it's a new Harry Bosch mystery. This time Harry must juggle two cases. One is that of a serial rapist called the Screen Cutter. The other involves an old man, a family fortune, and a dangerous search into the past. With his usual brains, bravery, and passion for justice, Bosch faces enemies both apparent and hidden. Okay, don't even have a copy of it. Then the next one that it excerpts is Miramar Bay by Davis Bunn. Can a physical place help heal broken lives? If so, then that place is Miramar Bay, a tiny town in coastal California. Its beautiful and misty mornings give strength to a young woman about to lose her beloved restaurant. Its moonlit evenings show us a rising Hollywood star how to stay grounded. Okay, probably not for me. But what else have we got here? The new Felix Francis, Dick Francis's son. Someone on the U.S. This is his book. His new one is called Triple Crown. Amazing that there hasn't been a Dick Francis book already called Triple Crown. Someone on the U.S. government's payroll is working with an unscrupulous horse trainers to hide illegal actions. British agent Geoffrey Hinckley is brought in to find out who, just as the running of the Triple Crown race begins. And then the last one is Richard Paul Evans. And it's called The Mistletoe Secret. So it seems like there are going to be two in here that I'm not going to be all that interested in reading. After a failed marriage, Alex Bartlett finally starts to fall in love again when he discovers an online blogger known only as LBH, whose writing mirror his own feelings. In a seemingly crazy quest, he tries to track down LBH, following the clues that appear in her writing. Big mistake. And his search leads him to Midway, Utah, where he meets Aria, a waitress at a local diner. Should he allow the flesh and blood Aria to distract him from his quest for the perfect unknown LBH? Take a wild guess. Think Aria might be LBH? Take a wild guess. But anyway, so it's got two adult romances in here, two that seem fairly sappy, but then two mystery thrillers that I don't have and might not have got to. So reading a nice long, intelligently condensed a version of them, give me a really good idea for them, whether or not I want to go whole hog for the whole book. That's great, boy. Very happy that I resubscribed to Reader's Digest, and I'm happy that I'm getting these volumes. They're right on my shelf. So that is it. That is it. We have the big book of Rogues and Villains, the latest Reader's Digest hardcover. We have Red Sky at Noon, a Cossack novel by a Russian historian. We have Picnic at Hanging Rock, and it's been 50 years since it came out. And I might point out how many books by Anthony Burgess are approaching 50 years old. But maybe there's copyright issues. And then Alpha Mates by Millie Taden, in which we get where Maine Coon cats. He's going to look at you with sultry eyes and then hack up a hairball. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up for now, but I'll see you soon. Thank you, BookTube.